You know, it's never fun plunging a toilet, unclogging a sink, even trying to figure out why a toilet isn't flushing correctly. When water doesn't flow from the faucet or go down the drain, you call a guy, the plumber.
Yeah, well, in this week's Try This, I was the plumber.
She's the guy.
Take a look at this. So maybe you have a clogged sink, your toilet's running all night. Who do you call? Mario and Luigi, maybe? Or maybe you call an actual plumber. I'm going to see if I could try to fix some of these things myself. I'm going to try this, plumbing. So I actually called Z Plumbers, and I found Brian, who's going to talk me through some things today. I got my hair pulled back, gave me some gloves. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So I think a big thing that happens a lot is the drain is kind of draining slow. Yeah, so how do we go about fixing that?
Well, the first thing is preventative measures. Remnants of food and debris do get down to the drain and end up sticking and collecting and starting to slow down the drain.
Build up a little bit. Yeah.
This is what we can do for you. We want to start with what we call as our P-trap assembly.
P-trap, okay.
And this holds water, which prevents sewer gases from building up and collecting the smell in your kitchen. We're going to disassemble this trap assembly.
Okay.
Go ahead and twist that off.
This?
Then you can go ahead and start unscrewing this guy. Drop down. There you go.
And then we just kind of...
Shake it out, and then you can examine it. Make sure there's nothing else in there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, then
Okay.
go ahead.
All right, and then just put it right
reassemble.
back on. All right, so we've made it to the bathroom, and I gotta tell you, my hair sometimes can be problematic when it comes to drain. So sometimes we might get a little bit of a backup in a sink. And you're telling me that there's a proper way to plunge a sink.
Correct.
And I've probably been doing it wrong my entire life. You have a handy dan a little bit, so you probably just want to have one of these.
We have to create the suction first,
Okay.
and we can do that easily just by putting a finger over here or a wet paper
Or you
towel.
have, yeah, you give me one of these.
We're creating a suction.
Okay.
And go ahead and put the plunger down, and then yank up.
Yank. So
The
you don't
drain
want to do
system.
like a...
Correct.
You know, okay, so you want to go
Push down and yank up. Once you do that, when you pull up, you'll see a bunch of hair and debris, and
Gross,
you'll go
yes.
ahead, and that's why we have our gloves on. You can grab this out of our pop-up assembly, and from there, that's when our drain usually will go down.
Okay, great tip. I would not have known about the whole like little suction thing and the pushing down and yanking up the toilet.
The toilet.
Luckily, it's not clogged, so we're not doing that today. We know how to plunge now. So it runs. Why does it do that?
Well, there's one common reason on why your toilet usually runs. This right here is the main culprit, which is our fill valve. The fill valve is set too high for the flush valve, so the water level actually enters into the flush valve, calling for more water. In turn, that's what makes your toilet turn on and off all the time. There's a positive and a negative on there. You can do this really easy by going counterclockwise. We turn this just a few times. And once we do that, we can test it by flushing our toilet. The water level will reduce. And in turn, will not go ahead and start to call for this fill valve again to initiate water.
Okay, as easy as that. So you just turn it.
That's right. There are identifying marks on your fill valve that says positive and negative, and that will adjust the level of your water.
Can we give it a flush?
Absolutely.
Like a dream. I feel so enlightened today and empowered, but I'm sure at some point in my life I'm still probably going to need to call Z Plumbers.
That would be a good idea.
Thanks so much for your help today.
Thanks for
This is
having me.
fun, yeah. Luckily, I haven't had to use any of that useful information yet at home.
I really enjoyed that. So
Yeah.
two things. When I was a young adult with a garbage disposal, the school of thought was throw anything in there, you dispose it, it's gone. Now, no.
No, he told me that.
Yeah, you learn that in time after calling the plumber a few times. You don't throw stuff down there.
No.
It's just for extraneous pieces of food that go down there.
Exactly.
And flush out occasionally the pipe down there.
Right.
And one more thing. So
He's the plumber, apparently.
my wife had tried to do something in our home off YouTube.
Oh.
And, well,
You had to call the
it got
plumber
messed
afterwards.
up. And the plumber came out and he says, you know what? I love YouTube because YouTube is the thing that makes people think they can do my job, and when they mess it up, they call the guy. Yeah.
Keeping them in business, huh?
Oh, it's helping this business. Yeah,
Job
for sure.
security.
Well
yeah.
done. I like that
Well,
piece.
yeah, you know, and I feel like I did learn because my toilet was running a little bit, and I'm like, well, now I know it fixed itself, but now I know how to fix it if it happens again.
There you go. They're complicated, aren't they?
Thanks to Brian. Appreciate him.